Hey folks, Jonathan here. Getting ready to do something on this Willys. Noah's here today. He's got the crankshaft out, and I was looking at the computer, and this is for the 134, which is the same engine, just a little later model, and they do have a little bit different thrust, but they sell thrust washers for it. So I guess, you know, this is of course not the only one that's had this issue, but anyway, these are 2000s, I believe, and it says that most of them use 4 or 5, and I don't know if these are spring steel or stainless, but I've got some 10,000 stainless, so I think we're going to just try to cut us out some shims and put them on and see if that'll work. So, you know, the shim does not have to be mounted solid. You know, the only time that we would have worried about that is if we had to put it in 2 halves so it would stay in. But the way this is set up, we're going to do the shims. We'll slide them on, and then just get our end play out. We're going to try to shoot for about 6 thousandths instead of 35, which is what it's got. But anyway, just wanted to show you these shims on here. We're going to get started. Okay, folks, I wanted to show you one thing that a lot of you probably haven't seen before. And I've never seen it in automotive. I've seen it in tractors, I've seen it in old engines, but I've never seen this in an automotive application. As you can see, the back of this crank is threaded. This is where the seal would normally be. And there's no seal, there's no felt seal, there's no rope seal, there's no rubber seal or anything that goes back here on this engine. This is actually threaded, so when the engine's turning, the threads are automatically always pulling the oil back in. And that actually works really well. The back of this engine was clean, no, you know, wasn't wet or anything. So just as the oil tries to come out, the threads just screws it back in, just constantly. So I thought that was neat. A lot of people probably never seen that before, but it works. All right. Okay, hopefully you can see that. I resurfaced the thrust surface, I guess you could call it. So it's good and smooth, and now we're going to get our shims on and we'll get it back together. Okay folks, crank's back in, caps on, we're set up at 0. We're going to check it here real quick. Looks like about 5.5, almost 6 thousandths. I think that'll be just fine. That's I wanted to leave it just a little bit loose. I was thinking between 2 and 6, but I wanted to go on the high side. I don't think it's going to hurt too much with this engine, but anyway, we'll start getting stuff back together now. Oh, and I think I forgot to turn the camera on a couple of times, but I don't know if you can see in there, but our shims are right there. So it's going to work out really well. Alright. Okay, I'll show you where we stand on this. Noah got the frame cleaned up and painted some. Steering box cleaned up. Cleaned most of the black off the firewall. That's sort of a bluish color, and I guess that's the original paint on the car. Got some of the engine parts cleaned up. Noah is away for the week or weekend, so I won't see him until Monday or maybe Sunday, who knows. But anyway, I'll show you a couple other things. Okay, transmission's out, everything's cleaned up on it, and I'm going to try to put a new rope seal in the rear. I think I've got the right rope seal for it in the rear seal. Noah's got it all cleaned up and ready to go. Cleaned the pedals up. This pedal here is bent in a little bit, so we're probably going to straighten it out. May have to heat it to straighten it. It was that way when it was in the car, but transmission's, you know, just about ready to go back in. As for the oil pan, Noah was cleaning the oil pan up, noticed a couple things. One thing is somebody has welded a few spots on it at one time, but if you look really close, there's some what looks like holes from the bottom side. So it's got a baffle in it. I'm probably going to take the baffle out of it and then we're going to try to weld all these holes up. And they sure look like holes. They wasn't leaking, but I don't want to take any chances on them. See if we can get close so you can see. There's one, there's two, and there's one that was welded up. You can see the other welds there. So we'll go back and just make sure everything's good on it, clean it out really well. So we've got that to do yet. Starter's cleaned up, and he taped the tag off and painted it. Get the valve cover cleaned up and painted, and the front cover is painted. So I couldn't figure out what color to paint it. It looked like that some of them were blue, and I've seen them red and green. I just don't know what color Willie's actually used, or the Whippet, so I like that green, so that's what we're using. Okay folks, I wanted to show you something else. This is actually a Whippet rim with the drum, and as you can see, it's got the inside bearing. I think the outside bearing's missing, but I have that. I've got the washer, I've got the nut that goes on, and this is the exact wheel that I am missing that I need. Now this is on eBay, and this is just kind of crazy. That's why I'm actually telling you about this and showing you this. Guy wants $100 for it, or best offer, and you know, I think $100 is a fair price. But the problem is the shipping to me from New York, $245.16. Okay, that's just, you know, sort of outrageous there. So I decided to try to get a hold of him. I messaged him on eBay to see maybe if the shipping calculator was wrong, or you know, what the deal was. And I cannot get an answer or a reply from him. I tried for, well, I've been trying since the day I brought the Willies home, and I also took and made an offer on it. Now what I did is I did a make offer of $1, which would have still put me at $246, which is still too much. But I just wanted to see if I could get his attention, and because, you know, I'd already messaged him, and he never said anything or done anything. So anyway, I messaged him again. I think it was last night, and told him that I wish that I knew what his address was, because I would send the police there to do a welfare check on him, because I'm worried about him. But anyway, so I've been trying to buy this wheel, and you know, I don't think the $245 shipping is fair when you can find other wheels on here that you know, the shipping from farther away is, you know, 60 bucks, 50 bucks, something like that, and they're not for the Whippet, and this is the only wheel on here for a Whippet. Now there's some full sets, but I don't need a full set, and the price is high, and the shipping would be a lot more. But anyway, I would love to end up with this wheel. I know that you know, I want to drive it, and I know that Noah's going to want to drive it around when we get it finished up, and so the guy's got 100% feedback. But you know, and he's got quite a few wheels on here, and every one of them, I will show you, every one of them comes up at $245.16 shipping. And Studebaker, Whippet, and then some oddball Buick. Now this one says shipping not specified, which is surprising. But anyway, I just wonder if anybody else has run into anything like this. This has really been a pain for me, because I'd love to get this wheel here. I put some ads on Antique Automotive Collectors Association. I put ads on Facebook. Wanted ads trying to find a wheel, and I can't find one. And it's a shame, because I know this one's here, and I just can't seem to buy it. I don't want to do the buy it now for sure, because I really don't want to spend $345 on a wheel, and you know, at the rate that he's answering me, which I don't know how long it's been, probably almost a week, I guess. I definitely don't want to take a chance on buying it and never getting it. But anyway, that's going to be our hold up right here on driving it, and because I am missing the drum and the wheel. I've got 4 rims. I just don't have that wheel. So, all right. And just so everybody knows, you know, this is just a repair. We're not trying to pass this off as a rebuild or anything like that. We just want to go through and fix everything that needs fixed, and not necessarily rebuild anything, but if something's wore completely out or any other major issues, we're going to take care of them while we're doing it. And I've got a valve coming, or a lifter coming. It should be here tomorrow or Saturday, and I may go ahead and throw this thing back together. We'll see, and if not, we'll wait on Noah and let him finish cleaning stuff up and getting it ready. So, all right, appreciate everybody watching. Till next time, bye.